Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Tuesday, the 10th of February. The government's scrapping its retail crime ministerial advisory group early after 3 members resigned. Justice Minister Paul Goldsmith says it'll wrap up in April, not the scheduled September. Political reporter Ethan Griffiths has more.
It was set up in July 2024 and given $3.6 million over 2 years. 3 of the 5 members resigned last month, including Retail New Zealand boss Carolyn Young, leaving Chair Sunny Koshel and 1 other. Goldsmith says the group's completed most work the government wanted done.
A military panel's deliberating on the fate of a senior naval officer accused of misconduct. They've pleaded not guilty in an Auckland court-martial to a charge of an act likely to prejudice service discipline. It's alleged during a 2023 overseas deployment, they encouraged a junior officer under their command to kiss them on the cheek. In Judge William Hastings' summary, he's told the panel it's up to the prosecution to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
It is not a case of choosing whose account you prefer.
Questions keep swirling over what's in the Indian Free Trade Agreement as coalition leaders are granted access. NZ First Leader Winston Peters, Trade Minister Todd McClay and Indian media all claim differing versions of the details for Indian student numbers. Peters, who opposes the deal, says he got access to the text a few days ago.
I've got the deal in my office now. I finally got it. I didn't go off half blind here. I knew what I was talking about before Christmas.
ACT leader David Seymour backs it and says he hasn't read it fully.
I do have access to it. I haven't studied it in great detail. It would be unusual for anybody to read a text like that when it's the job of officials to provide a summary.
New Zealand First Deputy Leader is outlining his party's intention to give ministers a bigger say on fast-track decisions. Current settings mean proposals must get a tick of approval from an independent panel of experts. Shane Jones says politicians should play a bigger role in those big calls, like the Energy Minister supporting an imported LNG terminal.
The panel would never have done that. They'd be all constipated and all sorts of seances. It would never happen.
Internal Affairs is probing Destiny Church with hundreds of thousands of dollars sent to a deregistered trust. Business Desk reports Destiny-related charities gave more than $820,000 to Whakamana International Trust. Joey Dwyer has more.
The trust lost its charitable status 3 years ago for failing to file annual returns. Church Operations Manager Jenny Marshall told Business Desk the trust was dormant at the end of last year, yet annual returns for the past 3 years show that at least 7 Destiny entities around the country continued to donate to it.
To sport, Sam Ruth and his team have declared the Commonwealth Games and World Under-20 Championships back-to-back mid-year is a goer, but have decided to forego the World Indoors in Poland next month. There'd be 5 days between the 2 events either side of the Atlantic. Paul Cole has outlasted Mohamed El Shobaji in a 5-game thriller to advance to the semi-finals of the Windy City Squash Open in Chicago. And the Silver Ferns will need a new assistant coach. Deb Fuller's going to take over as coach of Malawi ahead of the Commonwealth Games. That is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.